Get those likes up, ladies and gentlemen. Timer's ticking. Last chance to hit those likes. Let's get the party started. Yo! Happy Crab Wednesday. Happy Crab Wednesday, guys. Another day, another 19-1. It's better than 19-3, I guess, right? Come on. Let's talk about the charts, man. Good morning. I see Miller, I see Bam, I see Brandon, I see Talladega, I see Neil. I see Keith. I see Wayne. I see all the familiar faces for the morning streams. What's going on, guys? We're back from the short night stream last night. Go Celtics. Celtics beat the Sixers. Off to a good start of the season. That's what I'm freaking talking about. Sounds like, yo! You know what's up. You know what's up. That's the Wednesday crab, yo. You know what I'm saying? Brandon said, start using thoughts for your thumbnail, Jordan. It will drive up clicks. You need something for clickbait right now. Holy shit, man. Should I just put a thought in the thumbnail from now on? I don't even know if I can say that word on YouTube. You never know on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? You never know. Holy moly. Anyways, guys, 19,157 on this Wednesday. DJ Crypto, what's going on, buddy? Good to have you in the chat, man. Love the smell of Java in the morning. He's probably going to go nuts. Right now, Bitcoin finds itself right at local support, right? Kind of where it bounced from on the 15th of October, where we got a little bit of support before we did get that rise up. Now we find ourselves right back at that support level. Is Bitcoin going to break that today? And guys, I'm going to be honest. I said this in the chat a little bit earlier. I am officially turning into, from now on, until Bitcoin breaks out of this range, guys, I am going to turn into a bull bear. What's a bull bear? You might be saying, Jordan, what's the definition of a bull bear? Well, the definition of a bull bear is someone who is neither a bull or neither a bear. He's just so bored that he wants a move. So we're going to combine the bull, we're going to combine the bear and make the bull bear. And that's what I am until Bitcoin breaks out of this damn freaking range. Why? Because that's the move. We're waiting for this move, right? We're waiting. The spring's getting tight. Everything's tight, you know? And except the Bitcoin price, we want to be a little bit loose right now. So we're still waiting patiently, but I am officially turning into a bull bear because I just want to move at this point. Why can't it be a bear roll? It could be a bear roll if we want. Holy moly, man. But anyways, let's jump out of some of the short-term time frames here. What do we got cooking? What do we got cooking, man? Us mamas just call that a loser? Could be a loser, too. You know, we could be a loser. I'm definitely down for that. Let me see. Look at all those ears. Look at it. Look at the ears, man. They're low. You guys notice the haircut? I don't know if you guys noticed the haircut that I got yesterday. None of you guys noticed it in the night stream last night. I was very, very sad. That's the reason why I cut the stream short, is because I was very, very sad. And I had to cry about how you guys did not see my ears. You guys, this was me last night. I hopped off of the stream and I started crying, man. Because you guys didn't notice my haircut last night. Anyways, let's talk some charts, man. Let's talk some charts. Let's get this. So, what do we got going on? So we know Bitcoin got rejected off resistance again. What's new? Bitcoin bounces off support, gets rejected off resistance. It just seems like that's the play. You know, you short resistance, you long support. We've talked about this consistently. That's been the play for the past, I don't know. You go all the way back in time, man, and we've talked about, like, dude, the play right now is just to play this descending triangle, okay? Play the descending triangle until it doesn't freaking work. That's the play right now, right? As Bitcoin comes back down to support, we long or we open spot positions if you guys don't leverage trade, and if you come back up to resistance, we put shorts in, we take some profits. That's been the move, right? Until it doesn't work. At one point, it's not going to work, and that move is coming very, very soon, my friends, right? We've been saying when big move. That's the meme right now, man. I need some memes. I need some good memes right now. When big move? When is this big move going to happen? Well, based off this triangle, and guys, you know how crypto works. Like, Bitcoin can come like this and then just keep going sideways until forever. But based off this triangle, we should see that big move, quote unquote, big move, the spring coiling up by the end of October, right? Which we have about, technically speaking, about 10 to 11 days worth of price action in October, right? Until October 31st. If I can do my math. Oh, no, it's 12 days. I can't do my math. Holy shit. But 12 days until we get to the end of this triangle, right? So right now we're having patience game. We're sort of waiting it out, and that's why right now, guys, I just want to see a move. I'm a bull air and for life. Okay, who else is a bull air in the chat? Let me know in the chat who else is a bull air. And if you're neither, if you're a bull, let me know. If you're a bear, let me know. If you're a bull air, let me know. Let me know in the chat. I want to know what you guys are right now. I'm very, very curious. I am officially a bull air, man. I'll take any move. Shit, like, give me something. Anyways. What does that mean for us in the short term, though, right? That's all fun and dandy. You know, we're going to see a big move in the next 10 days. Okay, that doesn't really tell us much, though. What are we going to see in the short term here? We got anything crazy going on? Hey, looks great, boss. Thank you, Neil. I love when Neil's nice in the chat, man. Neil usually trolls me. He's being very, very nice in the chat. I love it today. I love it. I love the positivity, Neil. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Who else was near? I barely got it in before over. No time to notice haircut. Rod, at least you have a valid reason, man. Everyone else... very sad. Very sad. You know what I mean? So let's talk about short-term time frames. The next 10 days, what can we maybe expect? Well, the issue we have on the chart, and you know why we talked about as Bitcoin was moving up here, it was fun to get like a little bit excited as a bull, right? We're getting some upwards price action, but we knew that we still had this annoying wick down here, and we still have that annoying wick. And as much as I want Bitcoin to bounce from this current support level that it's currently sitting at, right, which Bitcoin is at a support, right? Very small support, but technically support here at about 19K, as much as I want to see it bounce from here, okay? Even if it does, and I think we got to watch this, even if it does get a bounce from here and comes back up from this level, which it could, even if it does, just be prepared for it to get rejected off this resistance again. Why? Because also, I wouldn't be surprised if it does that, gets rejected again, just to come all the way back down to the bottom of the range to take this stupid wick, right? In the meantime. Now, in the short-term time frames, like super short-term time frames, like this, you got a little bullish divergence play that could play out here. You could go a little bit lower here, but you got a little bullish divergence play. At the moment, this could change, right? But at the moment, you are at support. You got slightly higher lows on the RSI on the hourly and slightly lower lows on the price action on the hourly, right? So there's bullish div. You're at support. And I do believe you could set this up as some type of wedge formation. We'll see if it plays out, right? So there's a wedge on the 1 hour time frame with bullish div at support. Once again. This is all dependent on what we see from other things that we'll talk about in a second. I'm too self-involved to notice your hair. Bam Bam, notice my hair, bro. All right? I got this just for you, Bam Bam. No one else. How does that make you feel, bro? Stupid wick. Yeah, we got that stupid wick. So at some point, do I expect Bitcoin to come back down to this level? Yes. And that's why I can't get too excited. Any move that Bitcoin has to the upside until we come back down to support, I can't get too excited about. I want to. But that just leads me to believe that even if Bitcoin does get a little breakout here, which I don't want to do at the moment, because I think that it's just going to get rejected and come back down. So we that's why right now we remain a bull air to sort of see what happens next. But short-term time frames, do we see this wedge play out to the upside? And then we get rejected again, come all the way back down to 18.3 or something like that to just come all the way back up? Probably. And we'll probably have both sides, right? You guys know how it is, right? We get a little pump. This is the bulls. Woohoo!
We're going to 100K tomorrow.
Right? And then we come back down to support. We got the bears.
Bitcoin's going to 10K.
Right? And then we get the bounce again.
Strap up. We're going to the moon.
And then we get the rejection again.
Everybody panic. We're going to 0.
Right? Over and over and over again until we see some resolution. But here we are. Sitting like this, but something along these lines probably makes the most sense in my opinion at the moment. But does everything have to make sense? I mean, everything doesn't have to make sense, if you know what I mean. We need excited Jordan. We need excited Jordan. We need pumped up Jordan. Well, right now there's nothing to get excited about. Franco, I think very, very soon we're gonna get something to get excited about. Whether it's a dump or a pump, I think we're gonna get very, very excited very, very soon. But in the meantime, we stay vigilant. I need a t-shirt that says, we need to stay vigilant, my friends. Why? Because if we don't stay vigilant right now, we're going to get caught with our pants down. Okay? We're going to get caught with our pants down, and probably something even worse than our getting our pants down, right? Something very, very inappropriate. So we don't want to get caught with our pants down in this market that we need to stay vigilant in, you know? Let me see. Please grow your hair like John Wick. Bro, I could never look like John Wick. Bulls and bears, different sides in the same coin. Facts, man. Every bull needs a bear, and every bear needs a bull, you know? Which is slightly sad when you actually think about it, right? For every winner, there's a loser. And for every loser, there's a winner in the market, which is it's slightly sad. Like, whenever you guys like get pumped and have a big gain, just know that there's either one person who just got wrecked, or there is multiple people who got wrecked, right? So that's the sad reality of the market, actually. Is like, yeah, you get pumped, but like someone else, like you're like, woo! And someone else is Wojak crying in the corner over there, you know? That's definitely the fun part of the market. But, or not the fun part of the market, I guess. Let's check on BTC. Will BTC hold the support? I'm very, very curious. I still think whatever happens at this level right here, I still do believe that we're coming back down to 18.3 at least one more time, which is slightly like a kind of a, I don't know. It's one of those where it leads you to not be excited about any move because you're just always expecting it to come back down to these levels. But hey, who am I? I don't know. Let's see what happens from here on out. Anything else I really want to touch on? I guess the one other thing we can say here is we got sort of, and I don't know if this really means much at the moment. Let me see if we have any. No. I was going to say if we have bullish divergence on the 4 hour, but there isn't any bullish divergence. And in reality, if we look at some of these other things, right? Let's look at the futures on the stock market. So the stock market's down a little bit to open the day. I'm not too worried about that yet. Why? Because the stock market was super green yesterday and then dumped by the end of the day. So what we got to watch here is if we zoom in on the S&P. The S&P does have a little bit of a M formation here, you know? And I was hoping that this was going to hold the basically this W formation neckline right here, but it looks like the S&P is going to break down. It's hasn't broken down yet, but it looks like you got a nice juicy sort of M formation at the highs. And what we know about M formations, we wait for the break of the neckline. If they break the neckline, man, does that mean we're coming back down in the S&P? We'll see. All right, we'll wait and see at the support level. But if this does break, that should give us a, am I a huge fan of measured moves? I'm not a huge fan of measured moves. I'm not. But that would give us somewhere a target around this level, which makes sense. Why? You look down, kind of like BTC actually, which is quite funny. Kind of like BTC, right here in this range, you got these two yellow vector candles back down here, right? Which puts you right at that measure move, right at like 36.43. So could this move on the S&P be the move that ultimately brings Bitcoin down to this vector candle back down here? That would make perfect sense on the charts, you know? And in reality, you could actually look at this chart right here for BTC and come to the conclusion that this is one big M formation. And this big M formation, would put you somewhere down in the range of taking this wick down here at 18.3, right? So it all kind of correlates with each other. And it's funny how all the markets kind of correlate to each other. But yeah, man, that's what we're kind of looking at in the stock market today. Or at least the S&P looks like that is breaking down as we speak. So is this going to come all the way back down to these levels here? We shall find out. Today is the bottom makes sense. Whew, that would be freaking awesome, man. Will we know? Probably not. Even if today dumped like 16K, which, I mean, obviously this is just hypothetical. I don't think that's going to happen. But if it did, we wouldn't know for like a year until the bottom was in, That's the funny thing about the market. Franco said 69,420. What's going to be the meme bottom then, right? So Bitcoin, everyone thought Bitcoin was going to top at 69,420. What is going to be the meme bottom, Shit, I can't even think of anything at this point, Let's see. 48,000 BTC doesn't show on BitInfo unless they distribute it amongst a bunch of smaller wallets. By the way, Coinbase Pro is being removed. Maybe that's why BTC left Coinbase Pro. Yeah, I think people are looking into that whale move too much, because I do believe on Coinbase Pro, Coinbase is getting rid of Coinbase Pro, so I do believe you have to move your stuff from Coinbase Pro to Coinbase. I do believe that is true. So I think people are looking at a little bit too much about that. Last time George talked about whale buys, we dropped from 32K to 18K. Yeah, I think people are looking too much into that whale buy. I never trust those whale buys, man. I never trust those whale buys. Ever trust those whale buys. So, all right, we just had the hourly close, guys, and I think we just nullified that bullish div. So that leads me to believe that at the moment, is this going to come down? Hold on. Let me bring up the RSI back up here in the short term here. There we go. RSI, here we go. Let's see what we got. Is Bitcoin going to hold the support? Is the S&P going to hold the M formation neckline? Let's see. Let's see. Some other stuff here. What's the euro doing today? Well, the euro looks like it's getting a little bit of rejection, man. Hasn't come in all the way back up to this resistance. And we know that on the Euro USD, every Bitcoin top on a rally has been Euro USD hits this trend line. Every single one. Bring it up on your own charts. I'm dead ass. Go look at every single Bitcoin rally it's had in this bear market since February. It always ends when Euro USD hits the top of this trend line. Why? Because that's usually when the DXY starts going back up, right? So it all kind of makes sense. But I can use this trend line, or we can use this trend line to sort of say, okay, as Euro USD approaches this trend line, it's at the top of the current Bitcoin move. You can see Euro USD is coming down today. DXY is going up. Okay, makes sense. Bitcoin's going to also go down. All right. We didn't quite come up and test that, which is interesting. It's the first time we actually didn't test that, which does that lead us to believe that Bitcoin has one more move to the upside before it goes down? I don't know. We'll see. But we sort of said if Euro is going to start going up and the DXY is going to start coming down, this is going to be the area to do it. If this area breaks right here, because this is previous consolidation from all the way back in the early 2000s, all the way back in time, this is going to be the area that you want to see the Euro hold. If this area doesn't hold, boop, oh my Lord.
Everybody panic, we're going to zero.
It ain't going to look pretty, you know, and then we'll keep saying the same thing until it doesn't work out. But, you know, sort of this is a big macro support line going all the way back from 2004. Support, 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 support. And we're looking for support again. If this doesn't hold, oh Lord, man. But hey, time will tell. Time will tell. Right now, we're kind of just consolidating on support. Will it hold? Time will tell. And if the DXY keeps going up, which means this keeps going down, it ain't going to be pretty, man. It ain't going to be pretty. Drew said, if we're looking to dump the market, I would make the scene whales we're buying just to ladder sells out of the plebs. Exactly. I think too many people look at that. Listen, like I used to look at the on-chain data. I think now a lot of the on-chain data we can say is sort of, I wouldn't say useless. I think there's some use to it, right? I think the best use you can make of on-chain data is seeing how the big wallets react in bull and bear markets, right? And I think the one takeaway you can take from what the big whales do in bull and bear markets is they buy as the price goes down. They don't wait for the exact bottom. They buy as the price goes down slowly, and then they sell or they distribute on retail slowly as the price moves up. I think that's the one takeaway we can take from the big money is they don't wait for tops and bottoms. They slowly accumulate down and they slowly distribute up. Right? I think that's the one thing we can take away from on-chain data. Other than that, I think it's slightly useless, and you know, it's just my take. That's just my take, and I think that's the one thing I think we can learn from on-chain data. DXY 120 before 103 could be NFT, right? And right now, I told you, I'm a bull air, okay? I'm a bull air at this point. Like the Viking doesn't even know what he wants to do, okay? Until we break out of this stupid triangle, this meme triangle. At this point, is this a meme triangle? I don't know. It might be a meme triangle. Imagine, guys, imagine the pain and the sorrows is if Bitcoin consolidates in this for this freaking long. And then Bitcoin, what it ends up doing is this. Imagine the pain and the sorrows on crypto Twitter. Imagine the pain and the sorrows in the comments section. Imagine the pain and the sorrows, man. I couldn't even imagine. I think I would go nuts. I think I would go insane. I think I might. Holy, I don't even know. Imagine the pain and sorrows. Bro, my next bull market, top drawer will have become a sexy bald man. Oh, probably, dude. Probably. Listen, I told you guys. as far as people that could be sexy bald, I could definitely be sexy bald, man. I could definitely be sexy bald. Oh, man. Absolutely delicious. Delicious, man. Jordan hairline gonna retrace? Hey, you guys told me. Listen, as far as my hairline, guys, I've told you guys, my hairline is, okay, always been like this. So it is not receding. And I'm not saying that to try to deny, like, I'm having this, like, midlife crisis, like, oh, no, Jordan's hairline's not going to recede. No, my hairline has always been like this, okay? So, don't be coming in and hating on the hairline, because since I was a wee little lad, probably 13 years old, I've had this cove. And I will embrace the cove until it comes all the way back here. If the cove comes back here, like right here, it's gone. Because I'm not going to be one of those weirdos who has the giant cove and keeps the sides. No. If all my hair on the top goes away, I'm embracing the baldness. I will never have the giant cove. Okay? This, where you have the sides and you're bald on top. Oh, come on, man. Just go bald at that point. Like, Lord, man. Anyways. We'll stop talking about baldness. Anyways, guys, you can smack up that like button for the morning stream as we kind of hang out and watch Bitcoin crab again. That would be freaking awesome. All right, Bitcoin's still trying to find some support at the end of the day. I think short term, we can watch this little trend line we had earlier. Let's watch this little trend line coming down like this. Short term, we'll watch this trend line. Bitcoin breaks above this trend line. All right, let's freaking get busy. Until then, kind of slightly down / sideways action here coming on Bitcoin. S&P. Poor Clint. No, Clint's got a beautiful head, man. Clint's got a beautiful head. We don't do that. We don't do that. Number 3 all over, clean and easy. I used to do the number 3 all over. Yeah, that used to be my net. Now I do a 1 into a 2 into the scissor cut. Why? Well, that's what we do over here. 1 into a 2 into a scissor cut. That's what we do. I can't do too much with my hair. My hair is super thin, guys. So you got to give it the benefit of the doubt, you know? All right, what else do we got? Why is all this stuff loading? You guys have this problem in TradingView where all your charts, like you have all the tabs in and they just auto load every time you click on the tab. Anyone know how to fix that? Because, dude, I've tried multiple times. Yeah, there's not too much to say on the weekly time frame. I would just say, you know, the same stuff. Every week that goes by, it's just another week where this coiling, where this coiling, this sort of this. How should I say this? This coiling and this almost spring-like price action gets tighter, and we all know that the bear market resistance band's coming down. I don't know. We've talked about this. I don't know for the whole bear market. The more the price actually goes sideways here, is the closer this comes to us, and I guess the better chance we have of breaking it. But you know, right now we're sort of. I mean, that spans from 21K to 23K. We still got a lot of work to do on the weekly. I mean, there's not too much to say in the long-term time frames that we haven't said already, right? You're at support, previous all-time high. Okay, where you got a slight wick below, but other than that, we've held it. And you got bullish divergence on the weekly. You got lower lows and higher lows. And right now, we're just kind of waiting on that short-term resolution to kind of trickle into the next thing. But I mean, you can look at a bunch of indicators, man. You can look at the Bollinger Bands, right? Let's bring up the BBWP and the Bollinger Bands. You can see that price action's getting tight, man. We talked about this. I mean, the Bollinger Bands haven't been this tight. Look at how tight they're getting, man. As weeks go on, these things are converging like a freaking missile coming in here. These things haven't been this tight since September of 2020. I'm not going to say what's going to happen after this is September of 2020. It could be over here like October 2018, right? Where you get the dump. But things are getting tight. Things are getting juicy. And until it breaks out, we remain bull heirs. Okay, we remain ultimate bull heirs in this range. Okay, tighter than a spider's pea spot. A spider. Why a spider NFT? Neil said Jordan asked me to move the market as I own 4% of the world's crypto. Lord. Cody said, are you using the web browser version or the actual program? I just had that problem too with refreshing. The web browser. I'm using the web browser. And I don't know why. It's only some tabs. Like some tabs don't auto refresh and some tabs refresh. I don't know what it is, you know? And we can talk about the same things. I mean, I don't know. Like, there's so many conflicting things that I get the economors. The economors are going to keep saying economy. I try to just look at the charts, okay? I get all that stuff. I try to just look at the charts and try to ignore the noise because there's a lot of noise right now. There's a lot of freaking noise out there, right? There's noise, right? And the way I'm looking at the market right now is this. We got two options in my opinion. And this is to me, this is the options that we got. I don't think we're going to the moon anytime soon, okay? I don't think we're just all of a sudden going to pop and go to 50K in 3 months, right? I don't think that's going to happen. So to me, the two most logical scenarios is Bitcoin breaks up, you know, has a little bit of a rally and then just kind of ends up going sideways for a little bit longer, in my opinion. Or we're going to get that one more leg down, okay? I don't see the third option where Bitcoin goes to the moon at the moment. I would be pleasantly surprised if I was wrong. That would be awesome. But that's kind of the way I'm looking at the market. I mean, there's a lot of noise and a lot of conflicting things. But if we continue to just look at what we've always looked at, I can see both scenarios, and this is why you got to stay vigilant. You got to remain somewhat of a bull air and be prepared for both directions because, guys, there's stuff that's popped up, right? We've had the price cycle bottom. That's called the last two bottoms and the three last tops almost perfectly, okay? We've had the RSI oversold, which whenever that happens, Bitcoin bottom has already been in. We've had the hash ribbons buy signal. Whenever we got that buy signal, it's been a fantastic buy time to buy, and Bitcoin usually goes up shortly after. We haven't seen it play out yet, but sometimes it takes some patience. And on the other side of the lake, right? The other side of the lake, people can say, well, Bitcoin hasn't had that last capitulation yet, right? We haven't seen that big poopy. I would argue that we saw that big poopy from 48K down to 18K. Who knows? Maybe it happens. But the other side of the sort of pond, right, is Bitcoin could still get that drop to 10 to 14K. Do not rule that out. Do not rule that out. Even if you think the bottom is in, do not rule out another drop to 10 to 14K because it could certainly happen, guys. All right? And that's just the case of the matter. So just like Brandon said, save some powder. But what I've noticed in this market and what if, you know, like I said earlier, the one thing I could take away from on-chain data is the whales, what do? They DCA on the way down and they DCA out on the way up. That's my plan for the next couple of years. You know, I mean, it is what it is. And we sort of just wait it out, right? Because does anyone know what's going to happen? No. There's stuff that could point to the bottom being in. There's stuff that can point to the bottom not being in, right? There's both scenarios. Either way, I've accumulated this range like a madman. And if we come down lower, guess what? We'll sort of just, we'll keep it trucking, right? We'll keep it trucking. And, you know, it's not the fun and sexy thing to do, but if you accumulate this range, which I've been doing, and you wait it out like you normally do, right? And if you did it, if you were here around in 2018, 2019, 2020, that weren't fun times, man. You had pumps, you had dumps, you had times where you were sweating it out. But if you waited it out, it ended up working out eventually. So that's kind of the sort of the market we're in right now. Is I can see both sides, man. I can. I think most people can see both sides of the cards if you ignore the noise. If you bring in the noise, okay, you probably don't think that there's any chance that Bitcoin has bottomed. I get it. The noise is loud right now, right? The news is going crazy. The news articles online going crazy, right? The doom posters are going crazy. I understand. There's a lot of noise, man. I try not to watch that stuff, and we'll kind of let the charts play out, right? We'll let the charts play out. We should know the resolution within, you know, I would say, you know, it should happen by the end of October, but this thing can only get so tight. This thing can only get so tight based off previous price action. Grid trading. But wait, there's more. Or the bottom has been in at 17K. It could be too. It could be too. That's my take at the moment. But, you know, George's all about sexy crypto moves. The sexy crypto moves. The sexy crypto moves. Did you see what George said? I have no idea what George said. No idea, man. No idea what George said, to be honest. You know what I mean? Started buying dips during this crab walk, small amounts. Always keep something for next dip, but totally agree. Yeah, that's it, right? I mean, people will hate on that strategy, but like, you gotta understand, the people who are completely out of the market, they might be smart. Like, if we go lower, they'll seem smart, but the question is, you're not smart unless you pull the trigger, right? You know? So like, for everyone who's on the sidelines waiting for 10K, if it goes to 10K, will you be smart enough to actually buy at 10K? I would say no, based off previous circumstances, because the market runs off fear and greed. It does. It does. It runs off fear and greed. So, you know, that's my take of not waiting for the exact bottom. And if it goes lower, it goes lower. It's kind of what we're waiting for right now. Anyways, let's jump into some other stuff, man. Let's stop talking about hairlines and Bitcoin. That's boring, bro. Let's talk about some other stuff. What do we got for ETH? Well, ETH is the same story, man. Just chop, 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 chop. Excuse me, man. ETH has been the same story. It's been buying support, selling resistance, and kind of just waiting it out, right? Sideways action for about a month on ETH. You know, in this sort of range between, you know, 1,400 and 1,200, right? A little $200 range on ETH for a month, and we're sort of just waiting it out, right? There's not a lot to say other than we're waiting for ETH to either break down or break up. I mean, that's really the situation we're in. I wished I had this like super indicator that was like, oh my God, look at this. But I think that's the situation we're in. If we go to, let's say, like, you could argue that price is kind of coiling up. I would kind of argue for that, or I guess argue against that. That price is sort of coiling up here. Let me go to the 4-hour time frame. See what we got. Anything cooking here in the 4-hour? Just coming down to support. Right? We've gone up and gone down. But just like BTC, man, I can't get too excited about any move up. Why can't I get not excited about any move up? Because you got this stupid giant wick down here, spanning all the way down to 1185. So even if ETH gets a move up, I can't get too excited. As someone who wants the price to go up, maybe I can't get too excited as long as this big wick down here, because most likely they'll tap that at some point. Whether they move it up first, they come back down, or they move it down here. To me, in my opinion, they're going to tap that at least one more time. They're going to tap that ass. They're going to tap that ass. Tap that ass. Tap that ass. Tap that ass. One more time before they hopefully move it up. We'll see. What's Bitcoin doing, by the way? Bitcoin got another resistance on this trend line. What's new? 15-minute time frame. Rejection, 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 rejection. Over and over again. We're going to start doing sleep streams, all this in action. Facts, Miller. You know what's up. Let's see. I own 0 stocks. I must be a genius. There you go, Wayne. Nice job, man. All right. Anyways, that's sort of ETH. I mean, man, it's just this, right? How much coffee have you had today, sir? This is my second coffee, Drew. Am I embarrassing you at work today? I think I'm being pretty tame today, I have to say. I think I'm being pretty tame, you know? And I enjoy being pretty tame sometimes, you know? I don't like going nuts all the time, you know? I mean, I can't control it sometimes. Just it comes out of me, you know? I got this multiple personality disorder that just wants to come out of me every 2 seconds. And I have to tame it down, you know? How do I tame that down? Coffee. You know? 1,500 NFT. Woo! Woohoo! 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 All right. So, I mean, that's the deal with ETH. I'm not going to spend too much time on it. I mean, we go to the weekly time frame. Is there anything crazy going on? Not really. I mean, the only thing I'll say about the weekly is the weekly looks a little bit worse than BTC, but we know ETH is going to follow BTC. So am I terribly worried about the weekly? Not really, because listen, if Bitcoin's going to go up, ETH is going to go up. We know how this works. Like, it's not It's not sort of, I guess, rocket science. But one thing I'll say about ETH on the weekly is the sort of, this obviously this kind of an M formation at the ties. And you have the neckline here. It seems like it broke down, back tested, and it's finding rejection on that. So, is this green support box going to hold, or are we going to see that move back down here to 1K again? We'll see, right? And let's wait it out. I don't think there's too much that can indicate that's on the weekly as far as anything like that. I mean, you can look at all the indicators you want. I mean, I'm not a big indicator guy personally. I'm going to be honest. But, yeah, I mean, sort of that's kind of where we sit, right? Just chop it in this little range between resistance and support and just kind of waiting it out. Drew said, I let my girl watch you for the first time yesterday. What did you think, Drew? Let me know. I was pretty tame yesterday. It was a short stream, so I was pretty tame. Go Celtics, by the way. Go Celtics. Where the hell has Creighton been? Creighton's probably taking a nap with the current state of the market, He's probably taking a nap at the moment. Let's see. So we got stock markets trying to come back up right now. Let's go check. So we got futures. Look like they're trying to hold this range right here, guys. Right? Let's go to the 4-hour real quick. So like we said, we want this level to hold on the S&P for the short term. Right? If it doesn't, we're looking for a move back down here, which perfectly correlates with these vector candles looking left. If this can hold and kind of nullify this M formation, like if this can bounce here, which is awesome, you're not looking at that M formation anymore. And if we actually go to the 4-hour time frame on the S&P, what could that look like here? Well, if we can hold this range, which we don't know if it's going to do it yet, but if we can hold this range right here, to me, this could look like kind of the opposite, right? This could look like the W formation, the rise, the back test, just retesting the top of that W formation before coming up a little bit higher. Which kind of, I mean, that scenario could make sense. Like if this can hold in the S&P and actually come back up here, right? Which the DXY is getting a little move up. It's early in the day, so let's see. But if the S&P can come back up, right, ultimately test that 200 moving average, could that bring Bitcoin back up to ultimately test this trend line? And that can be the point where you get rejected from that trend line, and then you come all the way back down to 18.3, take that wick, and we start the whole thing over again. Interesting. I love the interconnectivity on how everything goes together, right? I think that's my favorite part of the market, is looking at it and seeing how everything kind of correlates with each other. But we'll wait on that. Euro USD still holding the range, and the DXY still still doing its thing, man. Still doing its thing. I know everyone was calling for a double top on the DXY, and I'm not going to call it until it happens, bro. I am not going to say, okay, the DXY is going to continue down until it actually happens. Let's see. My girl loves your stream. Ella says hello. Hello, Ella. Thanks for hanging out. Same thing all our women think. What the hell is wrong with him? They'll never understand, man. They'll never understand. Hanging out with little kids creeps me out. Wait, where are you going, man? Let's see. Let's see. Brandon, I agree. ETH all the way, man. Listen, I own a good amount of BTC too. Like, I think it's good to be diversified. Because regulation can go both ways, right? If they came out and they say everything is a security besides Bitcoin, guess what? Alts are getting wrecked. But on the other side of the coin, if they make, if they do the opposite, say, okay, ETH is not a security, ETH probably moons. I personally think ETH has, and people will disagree, I actually think ETH has more use case than Bitcoin. It's just that Bitcoin is the only one with somewhat of clarity at this point, like a little bit of clarity. That's just my opinion. But if clarity comes, a little bit more clarity comes as far as regulations on ETH, I personally think ETH has more use case. But time will tell. Time will tell, and that's why I spread it out and I diversify, because I'm not trying to be on the wrong side of that card, So ETH is my biggest holding personally. Bitcoin's number 2, and I'm cool with any scenario, I guess. Tell Maya to quiet down. Maya, quiet down. Quiet down. You're being loud according to the chat. They're just kidding. All right, what do we got? What do we got? Tell Wayne to stop now. Wayne, stop. Didn't even double top yet? That's too low to be a double top? You could argue. I mean, I saw everyone on Twitter calling this a double top. You know what I mean? You know, 1, 2, 3. All right. What else do we got, man? What else do we got? Come on, stock market. Come up, man. Come up and be a beast. You know you want to do it. Man. We are, guys, I don't think we realize how important I think we are as far as the time right now. I don't think we realize where we are. Actually, I think people do realize where we are. It's just people are bored. The fact that the S&P is at the 200-week moving edge, I don't think we realize how important that level has been in history, right? As far as if this holds, that's been the bottom of so many different dumps on the S&P, right? 2018, 2016, 2011. But at the other side of the equation, when that doesn't hold, it's not great. 2020, that broke. Pretty significant drop there. I don't think we realize where we are. 2008 wasn't pretty. And then we held it here in 2004. And we also broke it back here in 2001. Doesn't extend all the way across, but that also wasn't very pretty. We're at a pretty crucial time, right? And it correlates with Bitcoin being at that 20K support of its previous all-time high. It's a I guess how should I say this? It's a nail-biting time because you want to make sure you're making the right decision, but it's also just such a interesting time to see where the market plays this out. To me, I still think a move up here makes sense in the short term. Just at the 200-week moving average, you got bullish divergence on the RSI. You're at that 0.5 retracement. It makes so much sense to come back up short term. What happens after that, I think it's anyone's guess. And I know everyone loves this fractal, man. This is the doomsday fractal from 2018. And we're kind of following it still. This is the doomsday fractal. Do I think this plays out? No. But the doomsday fractal did actually have us. Look at how perfectly. It's actually kind of weird how perfectly this played out. Look at this, man. Move down, move up, slight little move up. Bigger move up, small move up, exactly what we're doing right now. Look at that, man. You can't make this shit up. Exactly what we're doing right now before we get rejected, pretty much exactly where we are right now. And then you see that catapult. I don't think this is going to happen, but we the good thing is, guys, the good thing is, okay, is this. Here's the good thing. The good thing is that none of my fractals have ever played out in history, okay? So the chances of this one playing out are very, very slim. And we know that fractals don't usually play out all the way, right? At some point, they're going to deviate because if one was going to play out exactly, that would be too obvious. Let's just hope that this doesn't play out. And like we said, the good thing is none of my fractals have ever played out. So we're going to continue to watch this. But man, that's pretty... It's pretty weird how exactly it's playing out, just like 2018. It's actually pretty nuts. But yeah, we're going to move this over here for now. And stop the fractal magic or risk manifesting it. No. We ain't going to do this, buddy. We ain't doing this. That would be horrible. This would be absolutely horrible. Like, because that would mean that, like, we're not even halfway through the bear market yet. And this would mean that from where we are now, would be about a 59% on the S&P. You know what I mean? Which, if the S&P dropped 59%, oh, Lord. Bitcoin's probably going to 3K.
Bitcoin's going
you know,
to 10K.
So, we'll watch it. I don't, like I said, I don't think that's going to happen, but knock on wood. Knock on a little wood here while we have it, you know? I'm afraid he's due on one of these fractals. This is not the one. This is not the one. We gonna go down today? Oh, Lord. Elliot, don't be telling me this, man. No, that's cool. Like I said, I'm a bull air right now. I want to move. And that's why I'm here, right? I'm here to manifest a move, okay? A move is going to happen within the next 10 days. It's a matter of which way. At this point, I don't give a shit. I am a bull air. I don't want to be a crab anymore, okay? I want to be a bull air. And, I think we're all bull airs at this point. Any alts doing anything fun and crazy today? Let's check them out. So DXY looks like it's trying to come down a little bit right now. The stock markets look like they're trying to come up now. So this is why sometimes like the first hour in the stock market can be a little bit shady, right? So it looks like the DXY is starting to come back down now, right? Now it's not anything crazy, but it looks like it is turning back down on the hourly. And after a little bit of a retracement back up, could just be a retest of this neckline and this W formation here, but we'll find out. And it looks like the stock markets are also trying to, let's get rid of this for a second. Also looks like the stock markets are trying to also bounce here off. But what we said is like, we want to nullify this M formation. This would be the good thing, okay? Is this comes back up. And that leads to the 4-hour time frame, which could just be a bigger back test of this W formation. The issue we have right now in the S&P is we got the 200 moving average coming in right here. That's the one issue we have, right at resistance. So this is going to be a big and tough cookie to crack right here for the S&P. And if we want Bitcoin to continue up, we want the S&P to continue up. So far, so good, right? W formation, back test of the W formation neckline. Now we're looking for that continuation up, but we'll see how the rest of the day goes here as we kind of chill in. Crypto Shock's at bottom is in. Crypto Shock! I love it, man. I love it. Listen, I've accumulated this range, man. I'm ready to rock and roll. Either way. Either way, I'm not selling my holdings until after the next halving. So if we dump, I don't give a shit. If we go up right now, I don't give a shit. I'm not going to be selling my holdings until after the next halving or until my price targets get hit, which I don't expect to happen until, closer to the halving anyways. So I'm locked and loaded. I know most people are in here and locked and loaded. I think most people in here are long-term holders. You might be bearish short-term, but I think you guys are more so long-term holders. Or, people who maybe sold a little bit, still hold a little bit, and are looking to buy a little bit lower, which is cool. I understand that. And I'm not all in. Like, I have stable coins ready to go if we're ready to go down again. So, which I think everyone should. I think everyone should have dry powder just in case. You never should be all in. Right? I don't think ever being all in is the smart move, because there's always a chance that you can get a little bit better of an opportunity. Oh, Cody, appreciate that, man. I'll check it out. In a little bit. That's awesome, dude. Morning, people. What's going on, Scotty Swing? Good to see you in the chat, man. Scotty Swing, what's going on, bud? Hump day, dump day. Matic still holding up? Yeah, Matic's been a rock, dude. Matic's literally been a rock. Let's check a Matic. Yeah, look at Matic, man. That's why, dude. You guys know Matic's my number 3 holding, okay? There's a reason for that. And it just seems whenever Matic just holds up like a freaking mongoose, man. It always does. I don't know. It holds up like a mongoose. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. Like, while everything else is down 90% from its highs, its highs were around like 260. Matic's held up like a mongoose in this bear market. But look at Matic, man. On a day where pretty much everything is down, besides, dude, it's Matic and it's freaking Uni. It's Matic and Uni. Those things hold up like a freaking rock. It's crazy. But here comes Matic. Yeah, Matic broke out of the daily a couple days ago, and since then it just kind of continues up. I'm still looking for this target right here. 90 cents. We talked about this target, I think, 2 days ago when it broke out. Still looking at this 90-cent target for Matic. As it continues up, even though, Bitcoin's looking, kind of crabbish and altcoins are red mostly for the day today. Matic continues up. And then Uniswap's the other one, dude. Uni, which also has this bigger sort of accumulation pattern that's here, right? We talked about when Uni came back down here, could it form this right shoulder? And so far, it's came back up and made that right shoulder. So, Uniswap also looks pretty freaking good if it can break this resistance that it's at right now. And Uni keeps killing it too, man. So, Uni is, Uni could look pretty dope. Uni could look pretty dope, man. It's got to break this red box of resistance right here. If it does, it's going to look nice. I at least look for 730 on Uni. If it can break this resistance right here. And I think it also had the bullish. No, it didn't. No, it didn't. It did have bullish dip down here, but that already kind of played out. So, how's sushi? Sushi swap? Let's see sushi. I haven't looked at sushi in a long time, NFT. How's sushi doing, man? Sushi swap. Hoba. We got going on. Sushi. Look at sushi, man. Even sushi. Sushi's killing it too, man. I mean, it's doing a little bit better, I guess. It's not killing it. I'm being a little bit dramatic right now. A little bit dramatic. Sushi. And the bear market's kind of struggled, huh? Down from 12. I mean, everything's struggled. It's not a slight towards sushi, but everything's is in straight struggle. But looks like sushi's approaching. It's approaching. See if it broke a trend here. Sushi looks like it did break trend, and it did back test. So sushi actually looks pretty dope too. Sushi looks pretty good too. Obviously, it's building a little bit of bearish divergence here on the daily, so you want to get up a little bit higher here, but it looks like it did break that general trend. It back tested the trend, and it looks like it wants to continue up. You just need Bitcoin to behave, right? You need Bitcoin to just continue sideways or go up a little bit, and sushi looks like it could be rocking and rolling. Ultimately, the big test will be, can you break this resistance right here? Obviously, you got a little bit of bearish divergence forming here, right? You got 3 higher highs, and you got 3 lower highs coming in on the RSI. So, just be careful right here. You basically want sushi to smack this before you get too excited to nullify that. But as we come up to this yellow, if you bought down here looking for profit taking areas, this is definitely a profit taking area right here, right around 160. Definitely a profit taking area. There's a lot of confluence looking left. After that, I mean, obviously, you just look up to the next resistance points, right? Then you'd be looking for up here at 190 or so, right? So, yeah, I think sushi's general trend looks really good. Which there's actually a good amount that Proud Gunnar, do you think Steppen will make it in the next bull market? I think it will. And a lot of that project just has to see. Right now we're in the depths of a bear market, right? So it's tough for any project to succeed in a bear market, right? So I think for Steppen right now, it's obviously, everything came down a lot, right? Just like every other alt, right? And actually, GMT actually held up significantly better than a lot of altcoins, to be fair. So I think when it comes to that, what you're hoping for is it makes it through the bear market. And if it can, GMT will go up just like every other altcoin will, So, what you're hoping for is GMT, the next bull market does what every other altcoin does. GMT goes to $2, $3, $4. And then all of a sudden, everything you accumulated during this time goes up, 5, 6, 7x, and then you'll think it's worth it because then the prices go up. So I think that's the move right now. But right now, it's obviously it's a bear market, so it is what it is. GST doesn't matter. GST is going to continue down because it has a limited supply. GST has a limited supply, so the price is going to continue down. GST is not the one you should care about. GMT is the one you should care about. What's going on, FT? Good to see you. My like is up and my triangle is tight. It's tight, man. It's very tight. Crow is on my radar. Is Crow a boom or bust? Crow has so much marketing, man. And I know they sold off. I think they fired like 40% of their staff a couple weeks ago, if I remember seeing that article, which is pretty crazy. Yeah, but Crow, I think it's fine, man. I think what Crow's doing. Crow just looks like a big, sort of, descending, falling wedge, which is typically a good reversal pattern to the upside. But, as we always see with these things, there's usually that one more move down, right, before it comes back up, usually with these type of patterns. So I could see this coming down one more time, especially with this wick down here. I could see this coming down to take this wick and possibly going lower and then coming back up. Usually how it is with these patterns. You think you got every touch on the top, on the bottom side, but there's always one more that shakes you out, and then it comes back up. But no, Crow for the long term, I think is fine. They get a lot of marketing, and you know, obviously we're in a bear market, right? So any alt or any exchange or stuff like that is going to get hit pretty hard, except BNB, because BNB is a rock, you know. So holy moly, man. I hold it any longer, it's going to fall off. Oh man, let's see what Bitcoin's doing. Bitcoin ain't doing shiza, man. Woo! I should have known. NASDAQ is trying to come up a little bit. Come on, S&P and the NASDAQ. Let's check out the NASDAQ real quick. NASDAQ. Blah. Not really doing too much at the moment. Which is cool. Which is cool. Which is cool. You know, keep the spring getting tight, man. Just keep it getting tighter. Tighter, tighter, tighter. Let's see. Aave, I got you on Aave. I'm gonna stay on a little bit longer in the morning, guys, today because no night stream tonight. No night stream tonight. Kind of like we said, we got the going to the Nets versus Pelicans game tonight. It's gonna be pretty fun. You have to see KD, Kyrie, Zion. Hopefully Zion plays. I would be very upset if Zion doesn't play tonight, man. I'd be very upset. So keep that in mind if you're looking for me tonight. There'll be no stream tonight, but we'll be back tomorrow morning. I'm not going anywhere yet, though. So Aave. Look at Aave. Aave's another one that broke out, man. There's some good alts that have broken out, man. You know? And it's crazy because Bitcoin isn't doing shit. And a lot of times that Bitcoin doesn't do shit, that's when the altcoins start doing some stuff. You know? You could draw this as a wedge. Kind of like it even a little bit better as a wedge. But he'll probably have a big move tonight when Jordan's goofing at a basketball game. Fact. You know how it is. And I'm willing to sacrifice that. If me being at the basketball game causes the big move to go down, I am willing to make that sacrifice for all of us. You know? And then I'd rather get an alert on my phone. Oh, Bitcoin is this. Bitcoin is this. Ethereum's this. Then sort of just crab sideways. But, you know, Aave, you know, a nice... You know, whether you want to call it a falling channel or, you know, a falling wedge, I do like the breakout here. And I do like, it was this, Aave was such a good move, man. Why? Because from swing lows to swing highs, you had the perfect 618 retracement, right? You had the perfect falling wedge that broke to the upside. It's beautiful. I mean, at this point, kind of where we're at, that Aave broke this critical range here, I don't see the reason why Aave can at least come up and test around this 93.5 level. That's really the next resistance point, is 93.5 right here. Boop. Because you broke this red box of this critical support resistance, and I don't see why you can't come up and test this level here. I don't. Bearing a Bitcoin dump. Bitcoin dumps, okay, we sort of reconvene and we do our thing, but I don't see why it can't come up to 93.5. I don't see it whatsoever, which is basically this next big resistance point there. We are due for a good pump song. It's been a moment. It's been a moment. I mean, I could play the pump song. I'm not going to do it because I want to play the pump song when Bitcoin is going to, right? When Bitcoin's going to have its move, right? So that's sort of the move right now. Thanks, breather. I will have fun, man. It'll be a good time. It'll be a good time. We're due for a big pump song. We are due for a big pump song. It's, man, at some point we'll play the pump song again, guys. Just do the emergency stream from your phone at your seat at the game. The emergency stream. Alert! Emergency! Those are my favorite titles. Alert! Emergency! What's the other one? Let's see. Must see Bitcoin video. Those my favorite stream titles. You know. Did you see Melissa and Horse Guide videos I dropped in the Discord? I'll check them out after the stream, man. I love the meme videos, dude. You guys know I like comedy and fun stuff, so I enjoy the memes and I enjoy the videos and stuff like that. 10 days of deflationary ETH. Let's freaking go, man. Deflationary ETH. Sometimes I'm so happy that ETH is my number one holding. And, you know, people, you know, Sol. Let's see, Sol. Solina. What do we got on Sol? Sol ain't doing Shiza right now. So Sol, look at Sol, man. Sol's one of these that's just chilling at the lows. Not really doing much. But there's the thing, man. Do you get in the ones that aren't doing much? That's the question you got to ask yourself. Do you get in the ones that aren't doing much? Do you get in the ones that you look at and you go, okay, bearing in mind that Bitcoin stays up, do we get a little bullish divergence forming here on the daily? Do you got a little bit of a, you know, not even taking into account that, but do you got a little bit of a wedge formation? Slightly off, but you get the point. A little wedge formation, whether you draw it like this, whatever you want to do on the daily with bullish div right at support. Is these the ones that you want to get into? We'll find out, right? Like Sol or I guess ADA, everyone's favorite ADA. Look at ADA, man. Yeah, we sort of said, I mean, don't be surprised if ADA comes and tests this level here. I won't be surprised if ADA drops to 33.3. But ADA's kind of got this big channel that it's been in, right? Up, down, up, down, up, down in this channel. But yeah, right now ADA looks a little shady too. ADA doesn't really have anything going for it at the moment. Right? I can't really find anything that was like, okay, this might bounce at this level. So I think ADA can come down a little bit further. 33.3 is 33.3, 33.4. I would not be shocked if ADA come down to those levels. Why? I mean, I look left. It's a previous resistance to support level looking left, right? So it's kind of what we're looking at, man. Watch before Thursday. Before Thursday, man. You better watch before Thursday. Hey, man. What I'll say about clickbait is you got to do it a little bit. You know, unfortunately, that's how YouTube works. And unfortunately, what do people click on? They click on clickbait titles more, you know? So unfortunately, that's the way the cookie crumbles. You know, there's a certain point where it's getting a little bit ridiculous, in my opinion. Like making titles with like 800 exclamation points, making it seem like it's way more important than it is. Or, you know, saying like an emergency video and shit. That's a little bit over the top. But you got to do it you got to make it a little bit exciting. You know, right now I just can't even think of titles. So I guess like, you know, the other day I made a title that said, Bitcoin continues sideways. The most unexciting, whoops. The hell? The heck? Am I gone? No, we're back. The heck? Where did I go, man? Why am I gone? Huh? My camera's gone for some reason, but it's still on. My camera's gone, man. It's still on, but it's gone. Anyways, hold on. You guys, I know you guys want to see my beautiful face. Of course you do. Of course you do. I don't know. It's off, guys. It's off. It's off. It's off there. I'm a ghost. I don't know why it's not coming back on. Anyways, what was I talking about? Shit. I forget what I was talking about, guys. Holy moly. Holy moly, man. I forget what I was talking about. That's so bad. I think I'm definitely going to have like Alzheimer's or something, you know? Like it's almost guaranteed at this point. When Jordan back. I seriously think at some point I'm going to have Alzheimer's, you know? Which, I mean, it is what it is. At least I'm willing to admit it, you know? Look at Uni, man. Come on, Uni. Get up there, boy. Stream just got better. That's so mean, man. Oh, yeah, boring thumbnails. Yeah. Yeah. And I guess you just keep making the same thing. Oh, you know, big moves coming. Big moves coming, you know. Bitcoin goes sideways. Big moves coming. All right, guys. This is probably a good way to end the stream because the camera went off and I'm a ghost. I'm a ghost at this point, man. Did you look at near? Yeah, I'll look at near for Ian here. I'll look at near for Ian here. And let me see what you guys. Any guys say anything in the chat, by the way? That's it. Okay. Let's look at near real quick. So yeah, near's another one that's just kind of sitting at support, man. You know, near was looking awesome back here in August. And then since then, it's kind of been struggling a little bit, right? It hasn't really done much. So this is another one where it's slowly coming down. Do you take advantage of down here? Near's one I've been taking advantage of. But I'm obviously open to the fact that near, if it doesn't hold support here, near could come all the way back down to 230. I don't think it'll be now. The reason why I don't think it'll be now is you look at down here at the daily RSI, right? The daily RSI is oversold. Now, I don't see a massive drop here with the RSI being this low already, right? I just don't see it. And if you go to some of these, if you go to like the 12-hour time frame, what you'll notice here is right when near's at support, and people love to get bearish at support, right? That's the common denominator here. But right when near's at support, if it drops a little bit lower, which it could, near's going to have some nice bull div here on like the 12-hour. You go to like the 8-hour time frame, 6-hour time frame. It's going to have this bullish divergence right at support. So I like this area for a short-term move up. But I'm also open to the fact that if it does drop, in 230 is the next level we're looking for, which is cool. And then that's the scenario that Bitcoin doesn't hold up, and Bitcoin goes sideways for another 6 months, which makes altcoins bleed out a little bit more, you know, which certainly could be an option too. My first ghost sighting. Nice, dude. I don't like having no. I feel naked. I feel naked with the camera. It's weird, you know. I feel very, very naked. But yeah, right here, I think is a good point to enter. Obviously, just be prepared that it could drop lower, as always. But at support, my new number one rule is when you're at support, I can't get too bearish at support. Could it break? Yes, support is meant to be broken at some point. But you have a higher chance of it holding than not, right? So it's all about percentage plays. Just like at resistance. Can you get too bullish at resistance? No. Could it break? Yes. But the chances are it's going to get resistance again, right? So it's the way I look at it. And right now it's a good opportunity to grab some near, in my opinion. And I told you guys, the last week or so, near has been my DCA target. I've been going pretty heavy on near after it's been capitulating to the downside, you know? So take advantage of it, man. That's it. Anyways, guys, I am getting off here. You guys can't see me, but I'm acting like you guys can still see me on the camera so I don't feel weird. You know what it is. But I'll catch you guys tomorrow morning. All right, let's see how the market shapes up today. I think, you know, right now everything's kind of just sideways, right? Stock markets are pretty much flat. Looks like the DXY is trying to come down a little bit more. Today, we want to see if the DXY can break this 112.40 level. We don't want that to hold, right? But right now, the DXY just kind of continues to stay in sideways limbo. Will this want to come down more? Will it want to just bounce like it always does? That's the big question. And, you know, S&P, you know, pretty much going flat. I mean, everything's pretty much flat today. We don't have a ton. So let's see what happens, guys. Adios. Stay a bull air. And hopefully by tomorrow, the big move happens today. While I don't stream, I hope it happens at 7 p.m. so we can get out of this freaking range. And we can come in tomorrow morning and have something fresh and juicy to talk about, man. I can't wait. All right? Adios, guys. Peace out. Go Celtics. Screw the Nets. Screw the Pelicans. Peace.